Yo, what's going on, everybody? UltimatDjz here with your second Star Trek Fleet Command video of the day. I hate doing videos like this back to back, but there was too much to go in the first one, and Scopely wanted to hang out on this next little bit of information, but I'm just going to jump right into it. I mean, I just can't help it anymore. I'm so giddy. I'm so excited. I just want to jump in, and I just want to say, it was Kira! Hashtag Kira's the spy. Hashtag Team DJs. Hashtag have a lollipop rib. It was Kira. It was always Kira. It was Kira. This is Espionage, everybody. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Espionage and what you need to know today, all right? Because there's big stuff happening today with Espionage, and I want to make sure that you know all about it, all right? First of all, what's going to happen today? It's probably just happened. At Event Reset, you are going to get a mission. There's going to be a mission. All right. What we're going to talk about here is that there's going to be a mission. It's going to pop. It's going to be free. It's going to be Ops level 10 plus. This event, this mission, is going to guide you around the galaxy to go look and complete the mission right here on day one. This mission is going to explain why Kira was the changeling. That's right. She was the imposter. All right, and we're on a new mission. We've got to go rescue Kira Nerys. Now, once you finish this mission, you're actually going to see some reward bundles pop up, okay? You're going to see one called Intelligence Bounty for Kira, and then Intelligence Bounty for Miles, and Intelligence Bounty for Cisco. This is how it's going to work. You're going to hop into these things where you're going to use all three of them, guys, because not everybody has all of their briefs for one singular officer, okay? You're going to have to go in there, and this is your chance to spend them all. And this is what Scopely said at the very, very beginning. With these intel briefs, they were going to be used to redeem for prizes. But if you got it correct, if you successfully identified, like I did, have a lollipop rip. If you had more briefs for Kira than you did for the other two, then that was actually going to pay out a significantly larger prize. And we're going to tell you about it right here. So for every singular Kira brief that you got, every single one. Here, I want to come in. I'm so giddy. Every single brief that you got for Kira is going to be redeemed inside this bundle for, and it's only going to cost one. Here we go. So I've got 65 Kira briefs, all right? What that's good for is every single one is going to let me go in, and it's going to let me spend that brief for one guaranteed new Kira shard. This is what we were talking about right here, the new Kira officer that we were talking about during the Arcfall video. There's going to be a new Kira officer, right? And the old one is just going to flip over, and it's going to change back to the imposter, which is the changeling, which I don't know yet mechanically how that's going to work with, you know, the synergies and all that stuff. But the ability, the officer's going to stay, just going to flip. All right, we're going to see something else, a changeling there, perhaps. All right, but the new Kira card. All right, so we're going to be able to spend the Kira briefs on one new Kira shard, plus we're going to get a bonus pull. All right, so every single Kira brief is good for 2 officer shards, one of the new Kira and one for one shard. It's going to be a chance, a 20, 40, 40, all right? That is 20% chance for Deep Space Nine Cisco and a 40% chance for the Changeling or the old Kira and Miles O'Brien, all right? You'll get one shard in a 20, 40, 40 roll. So that means every single brief of Kira is going to get me 2 shards. Right off the bat, I'm looking at 130 officer shards right here of Kira and other Deep Space Nine abilities. I'm pretty jazzed about that. But those are for the winning briefs. All right, then you're going to come in here to the Miles brief and the Cisco briefs, where they are not going to pay as good, but you are still going to get officer shards. All right, these are going to cost 2 briefs to go in. So, for example, I've got 38 for Miles O'Brien. That means I'm going to get 19 of these pulls, but the pulls are different. The pulls are actually just for a singular shard of Cisco, Miles, or the Changeling, the previous Kira officer. That's going to be in a 10, 45, 45 opportunity, okay? 10% for Cisco, 45% chance for Miles, and 45% for Kira, or the old Kira, the Changeling, with no opportunity at the new Kira. So I got 130 shards out of the Kira briefs. Over here, I'm going to get another 19 Deep Space Nine shards. And over here, I'm going to end up with one left over, but that would be 16, another 8. So 8 plus 19 is going to be 27 here, and 130 here. It's 157 officer shards for the completion and the conclusion of Espionage, which is actually pretty daggone nice. I had talked and kind of hinted at the conclusion of Espionage being a pretty decently well-paying series as far as what the rewards were going to be for at least most players. I know some of you have some of these officers maxed, maybe not Cisco, but maybe Miles. I don't know about Kira, but nonetheless, there are a lot of officer shards being paid out, and especially to the free-to-play, especially to the light spend. This is going to be a very, very nice injection of officer shards as we wrap up here with Espionage. We can see that the total here was 55, 60, 120 briefs in total were actually paid out. So you got to think, how many officer shards could you have gotten depending on your blend of these officers? It is a 4 times shard swing if you've got the imposter incorrectly or you invested heavily into the incorrect officer, but everybody is still getting paid, as was always promised. Just the winners of the mystery got a little bit more. And that is Espionage. Now, not only that with Espionage, but you're also going to see the shards for these chips, okay? The isolinear data chips, all those caps in the event store for the Gold Cardassian projectile and the Salvager skins, those are no longer limit 5. So if you followed the advice from the content creators from the very beginning, and you really only invested into one, that means you should have a lot of these isolinear data chips left over. If you've got a bunch of these, the limits are going to be lifted. No cooldown. So if you've been following the advice and you have invested into just one of those, whether it was one of the Salvager skins or one of the Cardassian, the Gold Cardassian projectile, you will have an opportunity this month to dump all of those chips with no cooldown and finish off that paid-only item, fulfilling the promise of Espionage from the very beginning. I know a lot of people have been a little bit naysayer-y, you know, a little bit not like it Espionage, but I'll tell you what, it has ultimately paid out pretty well. You have ended up with month 1, and then month 2 through, I guess, 2 and 3, you're going to end up with 2 paid-only items, all right? The first month, you had the Fuchsia, the Disco skin were in there, and then you have the Salvager skins for month 2 and 3, and the Gold Cardassian projectile. You will actually end up walking with 2 previously paid-only items, cosmetics there, which is actually a pretty nice payout for 3 months, plus all the officer shards that you're going to get from the brief, including possibly the brand spanking new Kira shard. Again, don't fret on this. Even if you were heavily invested into Miles, it only is going to take probably somewhere in the 30, maybe 34, 36, 38, whatever the unlock is for the brand new Kira card. That's all the briefs that you need. If you've got, let's say it costs 38 shards to unlock, as long as you've got at least 38 Kira shards or Kira briefs, then you unlock that officer completely free. You get that officer. That's a freebie right there, okay? However many officer shards it takes to unlock, if you've got those in Kira briefs, you're guaranteed that unlock absolutely free, which is incredible and amazing. And that's not the only sourcing this month. There will be a couple of other events that have a couple of Kira shards dabbled and sprinkled throughout, as well as some Bashir shards and things like that we'll talk about a little bit later. But there will be other opportunities. If you find yourself just ever so shy, there'll be a couple of events, and of course you'll have your battle pass this month as well. Hopefully that will give you an opportunity to cap that thing off. That is Espionage. Overall, I think a rewarding experience. I know some people said it took a little bit too long to pay out, but I actually really like it. Start to finish, it was fun. There was mystery. There was competitiveness. Me and Rev went at each other, and I promise not to rub it in at all. I won't do it. Have lollipop breath! It's Espionage. My name's UltimatDjz. Leave your comments down below. Did you win? Are you a big winner with Espionage? leave it down below. Share the video with your team so that they know how the espionage mechanic will work this month, how to do the event, how the mat's going to work, and the redemption and so forth. Leave your questions down below. I'd also like for you to like the video. Hey, subscribe while you're here. We're giving away a bunch of cash coming up later this month. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for being here on the channel. And, of course, share with all your team. Click on the bell so you know when we do other stuff. And we've got more to come, including videos a little bit later on our event guide and some early looks at assaults, because I need plasma. Oh, thanks, everybody. My name is UltimatDjz. I'm your friendly neighborhood cat person saying meow for now. Love you, minute. Catch you on the next one. Bye. Meow. Meow. Hashtag Team DJs.